Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another strength building session. You can check out other strength building sessions in this playlist up here. These videos are segmented into either strength building or muscle building. So if you're brand new to Olympic weightlifting, I recommend jumping on either a 6 to 8 week cycle of either one. It doesn't really matter where you start. The most important part is you cycle off one and into the other one. The videos are segmented into days of the week, so you can pretty much start off wherever you want and have fun with it, man. I'll see you guys in the video. Today's clean and jerks went pretty well today, man. I worked up to 185, so if you're expecting to see like somebody cleaning and jerking 395 pounds, what the hell is that? That's not happening, bro. But the 185 felt like a really good working weight for me. It felt like a weight that I could really learn something from, as opposed to having too much weight on the bar and potentially having some issues just standing it up out of the squat. I don't know, man. It can be really hard to learn technique if every time you do a clean or every time you do a snatch, you're having issues just standing out of the hole. Obviously, we all could get stronger in some sort of way, but I'm just thinking to myself, if I could find like a pretty good, decent weight to work with, whether that's on the clean or the snatch, for one, I'll just get more reps in, as opposed to missed reps on weight that's too heavy. So that ended up being the goal for today. I wasn't planning that initially. When I woke up this morning, I wasn't saying, hey, I'm only gonna clean 185 today. That's just something that kind of developed as I was warming up. I was just like, look, man, I'm gonna work with a weight that's a little bit more manageable today. That way I can learn something. I will admit that I'm still having some issues actively pulling myself underneath the bar on the clean, something I'm really kind of trying to work on a little bit more. I'm also trying to figure out what the best way is for me to transition from that front squat to the jerk, whether that's just stand the weight up and then reposition my hands, or immediately go into repositioning my hands immediately after the front squat. And so that's just something I'm working with. I'm trying to see what's more comfortable for me. Right now, I think the repositioning of the hands, just that slight repositioning of them, I think is a little bit more comfortable for me right now. And so hopefully we'll see as I get stronger which way is going to prevail. The second part of this workout, I ended up just doing front squats, warming up the legs a little bit, just getting ready for some front squats. My goal today was to do actually pause front squats. Front squat was going to be more advantageous for me today for some reason. I can't really even put a finger on it. But in any case, I decided to do some front squats, some doubles, and then I knocked out a few singles as well. Main takeaway from these front squats for today was they were actually pause front squats. And pause squats, whether they're front squats or back squats, I think that's something I'm going to start implementing into my regimen, at least for the next couple weeks. I do notice that my strength coming out of the hole is a little weak, so that's just something I'm gonna work on, man. By the way, if you didn't notice, this is a strength workout, so if you have been kind of keeping tabs on me and my workouts or whatever, I have transitioned over from muscle building, and now I am on I guess you consider an 8-week strength program. And it was kind of modified because there is an Olympic weightlifting meet coming up here in a couple weeks, so I had to kind of shorten the muscle building portion and then start the strength a little bit early. So in any case, I'll be doing strength building for about the next 6 or 7 weeks or so. How strong am I? I don't know, bro. That's something you kind of like got to figure out as you just keep lifting. You just keep lifting. You're just trying to figure out, okay, like, am I the type of person that can get that extra gear? You know what I'm saying? Because like you see, like, obviously you see Olympians and you see people like on a world class or on a national level, and they are on some different type of shit. They're on a different type of strength level. If you see somebody back squatting 170, 180, 190, that's strong. But then there's another gear after that that's like, okay, this has got a whole nother gear that I don't have. Like, he's front squatting 250, back squatting 260. Oh, I don't know if I have that gear. And the only way to figure out whether you got that gear or not is keep training and just see if the gear manifests itself. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if I'm making sense at this point, but like, obviously your strength level needs to be foundationally at a certain point in order to make it into some sort of national or worlds. Your foundational lifts need to be at a certain point. Like, if you're not back squatting 230 and you're in like the 77 to 89 kilo, you might as well hang it up, man. How do you expect to get anywhere near clean and jerk in 200 if you can't even back squat 230. I mean, that's just how I look at it. If you can't overhead squat 180, how do you expect to snatch 165? Those foundational lifts are super important, man. Like if your front squat, what's your front squat, what's your back squat, what's your overhead squat, how much are you pulling on the clean and the snatch pulls, how much, like what's your maximum double or triple or whatever, or even your single, like what do those look like? If you're not pulling 230, you gotta be pulling more than that. You gotta be pulling 260. Turn this shit off. You probably just finished watching the front squats from yesterday. I think I'm gonna probably incorporate a lot more of those pause front squats. Strength out of the hole is really important. Obviously, I mean, I would think that most people have a inherent weakness at the deepest portion of the squat, because it's the moment in the squat where you spend the least amount of time throughout your life, period, and just generally. How often are you at the deepest part of the squat trying to stand up a heavy load? I mean, very rarely. Definitely going to be incorporating pause squats into my curriculum, probably fairly regularly. I might just do exclusively pause squats for at least the next couple weeks. I might just go through a whole cycle of just doing nothing but pause squats, just to ensure that I'm focusing on improving that part of the squat. Outside of that, later on yesterday, I ended up mustering up enough energy to end up doing some of those push presses that I had planned on doing earlier that day, but just really didn't have enough energy for it on the morning session. And so, lucky enough for me, man, my body found some extra energy from somewhere. I don't know where it was from, but fortunately enough for me, I ended up having the energy to do some push presses, and they went fairly well. I think I got up to like 235 or something like that on the push press. I think I went for a double. Ended up missing the double, but I'm still happy for getting the single of the 235. My max on the push press currently is 255. And I think yesterday I worked up to 245 on a single. Like I said, I had that double miss, but I did get the single of the 235. So, I mean, I can't really be too upset that, you know, I got a 245 single on the push press yesterday, considering my max was 255, and it was an evening session, and typically evening sessions, you tend to be a little bit lower on energy overall, just because, you know, it's at the end of the day. Overall, I think that session last night went fairly well. We're getting ready for this clean and jerk and clean pull session, so hopefully by the end of this week I'll be able to get this video out to you guys. But until then, man, I appreciate you guys tuning into this channel. If you guys have any questions on any of the exercises or the movements that you guys have seen in this video thus far, leave me a comment below. Maybe I can add some additional clarity or some more context to any of the movements. Also, too, keeping in mind, I'm just a 41-year-old guy who enjoys weightlifting. I don't have any aspirations on making it to a world championships or nothing. None of that, man. None of that's about to happen anytime soon. Even though 40 plus is not necessarily an old year by any means, by any stretch of the imagination, but it is. You are kind of past that point when it comes to competing on a worldwide platform. You're pretty much done skis. And so if you are, you know, 40, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, and you're just interested in seeing how strong you can get, this is the channel for you.
What are you doing?